Mega Evolutions is absolutely crashing. Some would say it's imploding. With the second wave of products hitting the market, things are going absolutely wild. Prices are correcting downward right now, which is absolutely fantastic. You may say mega evolutions, but I would honestly say mega devolutions with how quickly prices are dropping. My name's Matt with Roar TCG. Thank you so much for stopping by the video. Don't forget to hit that like button and comment down below your thoughts on the Pokemon market right now. So let's dive right into the video. We're going to be looking at the price correction on Mega Evolutions. Is this a signal that we're heading to a more soft downward trend in the market? Are things crashing, going to zero? Let's chat about it. In several of my recent videos, I've been talking about how the content creation space on YouTube has been very interesting lately. Just did a video about YouTubers crashing out. Love that. Love all the content creators I mentioned in that video. But just recently as well, I've noticed a lot of content creators changing their perspectives on the market. A lot of people went from more bearish to more bullish mentalities, sentimentalities, and everything like that at a very interesting time. It was almost as if all of the naysayers kind of joined the ship all at once, saying, hey, this bull market may not end as soon as we think it will. And therefore, we should start picking up product at higher and higher prices, encouraging their viewers that maybe pre-release prices are actually the best prices to pick it up. For instance, Twice Bait Jake, and just so you know, I'm a fan of Jake, okay? Jake was one of the first Pokemon YouTubers I ever found whenever I got back into the hobby, along with PokeRev. I'm sure a lot of us have similar stories. So love his content. I watch it regularly. I like his takes on things. But check out this video and what he said recently.
The rational time to pick it up is actually right now at $250 to $300 because for the next 6 to 12 months, I do not think Mega Evolution is going to be
wow, isn't that crazy? Jake is encouraging people to pick up Mega Evolutions between $250 and $300, claiming that he doesn't believe that the box will dip below that in the next 6 to 12 months. This video was posted a month ago. Let's timestamp this video so everyone watching back, maybe 5 years from now in the next bull run, you guys can look back and kind of have an idea of what the content creation space was like back then. So this video is recorded at the end of October in 2025. The content is ramping up. Content creation is crazy as ever, but the market is starting to soften. We're starting to see more correction head towards the market. Things have been booming, hitting all-time highs for literally almost a year now. Some would argue that the bull run actually started a little bit beforehand, so maybe it's been closer to a year and a half since this movement really started moving and happening. Personally, I think these kind of signals where Jake, a more bearish kind of voice saying, hey, wait till MSRP comes back, when all of those type of voices start disappearing because they're joining the bull side, I think that that may be a top signal. In fact, on recent alpha investment videos that I've watched, even alpha investment videos from back in the COVID pump era, I think you can see that Rudy mentions that this is kind of a signal whenever we can kind of see hey, maybe we're heading towards the top and maybe things will start pulling back. And so I wonder if Rudy will come out and let us know some of the signals and things that he's seen that has led to some of his recent videos where he's claimed that we're heading to more of a soft period in the market. Anyways, just from all the videos I've watched and studied, because I am more recent to the hobby, just in the last 2 years, I just started creating content about 10 to 11 months ago. And so I'm very, very new, but I'm trying to learn, study, and grow from people that have been around for a long time. And I just thought that this transition from Jake's mentality and approach is very, very interesting. Again, this little short video was not to call out Jake in any sort of way, love his content and everything. It's just literally just a showcase, an example of a situation that has happened where I thought, man, I want to take note of that. I want to remember this moment for us to look back on and really think about. So anyways, Jake, if you see this, just mad respect to you and all of that good kind of stuff. So let's talk about Mega Evolutions. Let's talk about some of the prices. We're going to take a look at, let's look, 1, 2, 3 different items here from Mega Evolutions. The first is going to be the booster box. Remember, Jake was claiming that picking it up between $250 and $300 was a good buy. Let's look at it. So the Mega Evolutions Enhanced Booster Box is currently lowest listed at $265. That's important. The sell-through rate is declining. You can see there's a softening, a correction in the market as more product has hit the market. But also what's interesting about this lowest list right here is this. The lowest listed seller is a pretty established seller with 78 boxes available. That's significant. That creates an anchor point in the market, which means if people with lower box quantities, if newer sellers want to remain competitive and move off of their boxes or the second wave that they hit, they're going to need to list below 265 to be competitive for some time. This price anchor right here is going to hold, and I bet we're going to see newer, less experienced sellers jump in below that. It's just a matter of how much do they undercut the market. And if there's anything we know about less experienced or sellers that are maybe leveraged and need to move out of products, is they're going to undercut by quite a bit. So I am really interested to see if we start to see sales of this box below 250, that clip's gonna age like milk, you know what I mean? And I'm just so curious because it's been a month. The set's not even been out for a month now. So Mega Evolutions Enhanced Booster Box currently lowest listed at $265 with 78 listings. That's a lot of boxes, y'all. A lot of boxes. The next thing I want to look at is the Mega Hyper Rare Lucario, the top dog chase card of the entire set. I actually just pulled this card in a recent rip and ship that I had about 2 weeks ago. I'll throw up a selfie I took with the card right here. Card was absolutely beautiful. I'm not the biggest fan of those gold Mega Hyper Rares. I think it's more of a gimmick. I'm just not, I don't know. I'm just not a fan of the mono. I'm not a fan of the mono color cards. And I'm gonna contradict myself a little bit here. I thought the white and black rares and the red Victini looked a bit better. These gold cards, literally, like if you have them in person, they are spectacular, like quality and everything. But they remind me so much of those like super fake gold cards you see everywhere. And I don't like looking at a high-end card and it reminding me of like all of the fake like flea market cards you can buy in any given city. Like you like hundreds of those gold cards are traded for actual cards in schools like all the time. It's just crazy. This card right now, lowest listing is sub $500. This is significant because that's like a $200 drop from its very peak. And of course, like that makes sense to a little bit, but that's quite a significant drop right there. And it's going to be very interesting because this card does not have a lot of sell-through rate on TCG Player, which again will pressure sellers to undercut each other and to list it lower and lower. Now, will this become a $200 card? Unlikely because of its rarity, right? But could this be in the 300 to 350 range, which would be a significant dip? That'd be like a 50% drop. I think that might be realistic. I'm kind of shooting really low here. Chances are it settles somewhere above the 350 range, but I would be very interested to see if we see enough supply hit the market to quell demand. It's going to be so interesting. Things are moving really, really fast right now. And I think all of us need to keep an eye on that, kind of a pulse check on the market. And be careful. Like if you're a collector, if you're a reseller, a business looking to deploy capital right now, just be cautious. Make good decisions. Know what your plan is. Have an entry and an exit plan, especially if you're a business, to make sure you can secure whatever profits are available. But as always, like as businesses, you have to be buying and selling and buying and selling. That's just part of it. This is my note card, by the way. So the Mega Hyper Rare Lucario, I couldn't think of it, is down about $200 from its very peak. Still a beautiful card, still a top-end chase. I personally am not the mega-ist fan, see what I did there, of the gold cards, but that's okay. Like, it doesn't matter what I like, it matters what the community and what the hobby likes the most, and that's what wins, right? So one last thing on the gold cards, okay? I promise I won't harp on these too much. One thing I do really like about Black and White and now the Mega sets is I love that the Hyper Rare slot is actually desirable. I love that it's actually a more high-end chase and not just like a reskinned full art card. Okay, like I think that is such a smart move. I think this hyper rare slot, the most rare slot in the set, it's kind of been slept on for a little bit. Yes, some of those more playable trainer cards, like the Earthen Vessel, I think from Paradox Rift, like that thing is baller. Like that thing is like worth a lot of money, but that's because it's playable and people are trying to like bling out their decks and everything, okay? So it's not true, like give it a year or two when that card rotates out of the like meta and everything. That card's gonna drop like it's hot, right? Like it's gonna lose so much of its value. It's crazy. So the last thing I want to look at here is going to be the single packs for Mega Evolutions. This price swing here has happened so fast. I cannot express to you. As a rip and shipper who I primarily buy from the secondary market and sell on my streams, I have been buying, you know, packs at a percentage of market, which has been right at $9 or right below $9. And then I sell my packs for market price. Well, this week I was able to secure packs for a bit more affordable, and so I offered them below market price. I think market price was like $8.50, $8.75 this weekend. I listed mine at $8.25. I felt good about it. I love being able to do that. It's just not always possible, right? That was really exciting. I got to rip the pack, got to open up some really cool hits and all of that good stuff. But here's the deal. The pack price within just 2 days, like it's Monday, okay? I did my rip and ship on Friday. In 2 days, the pack price is in the $7. It is sub $8. That means it's taken over a dollar dip in less than a week. So this is very quick price action. It's gonna be interesting, and it really depends on how much supply it has flooded onto the market to see how much lower it could really go. Are things going to hit MSRP of about $5, give or take some change? I don't think so. I think that this will still be an elevated price. But remember, if prices reach the low $7 to in the $6 range, the opportunity for scalpers to really maximize profits and for it to be worth their time, effort, and energy is fading away fast at the $6 to $7 range. They're not going to be able to make 50%. You know, they're not going to be able to make 100 or 200% on their market. This is very interesting. And this is one of the reasons why I think the Pokemon market's on thin ice. I'm not saying it's going to crash. Let's just get that out of the way. The market's not going to crash, y'all. And even if there is a huge 50, 60, 80% correction downward, like a lot of the items that we're looking at will still be like up overall. Isn't that crazy? And some items could take a literal 100% dip, right? And they would still be up from where they were 12, 16 months ago. It's wild. Anyways, this whole experience has been crazy. So let's go ahead, like it's 13 minutes in. Let's go ahead and wrap this up. It means we're about halfway through the video. I just love that little Rudy reference. Those 3 items, I think this is indicative of a correction of Mega Devolutions kind of imploding on itself. It's actually such a beautiful and wonderful thing. This is the crux of the video. I know that I've been talking all around this. I've been talking as if like things are gonna crash. Oh no, look at Mega Evolutions. But here's the deal. This is normal. Give a little like pause for, you know, make it intense. This is normal behavior for a new set, guys. New sets, historically, and in almost every other card game typically, is they come out super hot with pre-sale prices. They ride high for the initial release of the product. If there's enough product, this happens even quicker. What happens is prices correct. Prices start actuating downward so quickly, guys. The pre-release price for most sets releasing in TCGs is the highest price. So whenever we have content creators, and it's not just Jake, right? I clipped Jake because he said something very direct and I thought it was so interesting. But this is so many creators have been telling us for months that pre-release prices are now the best prices to buy at. But this, the first base set in the Mega era, could prove all of that wrong. If the prices dip below $250, even if it's just for a day, it proves that the bull market isn't just constantly upwards, up and beyond. Like, it proves that there is downward pressure. It proves so much. And it is so interesting. And I think that if you're thinking critically about things, if you're like a true collector, if you are just a pack ripper, you just want to enjoy opening up some packs, chasing those chase cards, if you're a business, a reseller, if you're a rip and shipper, like, you should be watching right now. You should be really taking things in, and I know you are, okay? I'm not trying to make a claim that you're not doing something. That's the really big crux of this video, okay? Yes, Mega Evolutions, Mega Devolutions is correcting downwards. Yes, the prices are dropping, but that is honestly normal. That is how things should be. And this is a beautiful thing because it really does mean that maybe scalpers won't be able to scalp this product because of how much is being flooded onto the market. Maybe, just maybe, people will be able to go to their Targets, their Best Buys, their favorite local card shop, GameStop, the mega corporation. They'll be able to go to those places and actually find packs. That's fingers crossed. What I am hoping for is that for a certain period of time, maybe Mega Evolutions does hit MSRP. What do I actually think is going to happen? I think Mega won't. I don't think that's going to happen with Mega. I think that Mega Evolutions is a pretty deep set, with it being Mega Brave and Mega Symphonia, pretty typical standard set. It's got more depth to it than something like an Obsidian Flames. And if you're really keen on what I'm saying, you're maybe thinking ahead. I actually think that Phantasmal Flames only being tied to Inferno X, I'm going to say it. Phantasmal Flames might be the set that we see dip back down to MSRP, which is actually crazy to say because that gold Charizard, the Mega Hyper Rare Charizard, is sick. I think it's way cooler than Lucario in the Gardevoir. And the SIR Charizard is one of the coolest SIRs I've seen since being back in the hobby. I still love and adore 151 more, but that's because I have such a nostalgic tie to the entire set of 151 that that's going to be king for me for a long, long time. But that Mega Charizard SIR with all of the evolution line in it is freaking awesome, okay? It is sick. I would love to have one. Listen, this is normal. This is good. We shouldn't be upset about it. Let me know your thoughts down below as I really do close out this video here. This is great, okay? I'm actually really excited. As a business, I'm nervous because, as I said earlier, I'm buying and selling all the time. I've got to be really careful to not overbuy something that a week from now is going to decline 50%. That would be a hard hit for me being a smaller seller. But as I'm just now getting to grow and everything, that would suck. But honestly, that's part of doing business. It's part of making sure you have product and all of that kind of stuff. It's just part of the game, right? And I'm not saying that, like, don't feel bad for me. If I post a video that says, I lost X thousands of dollars on Pokemon because the market's crashing, I would definitely make that video. But like, don't feel bad for me. Like, that's part of doing business, okay? Don't ever feel bad for a business person losing money, okay? just straight up, okay? Okay. I'm not gonna harp on that. But yeah, I appreciate y'all so much for watching the video. Let me know down below what you think. Do you think Mega Evolutions, is this the bottom? Are we gonna start seeing things skyrocket again? Are our boxes gonna surge up to $350, $400? Is this just the beginning? Or maybe is this kind of a sign that something exciting is on the horizon? Could we see one of the first, one of the newer sets? Maybe it's not Phantasmal Flames. Maybe it's the next mega set. Are we gonna see the first time that we return back to MSRP in this most recent bull run? That would be so fascinating. In these videos that I make, like, honestly, like, I'm kind of like logging all of my thoughts and my experiences, obviously, through all of this, because I do want to look back in the future and remember what it was like to walk through this as a like fresh newbie in the space, because it's really, really fascinating. And honestly, like, shout out to you guys that are all subscribed, and all you guys that comment on my videos. You guys teach me so much. All of you guys that create content and you guys have reached out, like, thank y'all so much for how you've like helped guide me, and you've, like, in essence, like, been able to support me. I really do appreciate that. Oh, by the way, we hit 1,000 subscribers. I did get approved for a couple sections of monetization. I'm not gonna shy around it, guys. What am I trying to say? I want to get my thoughts right here. I don't want to misspeak. I want to make money from my content, right? And I don't want to be shy about that. Am I going to sit here and beg for you to X, Y, or Z to give me money? Absolutely not. Spend your money how you want to spend your money. 100%. Don't let anybody pressure you into doing something you don't want to do. But for me, I'm excited because the idea of making money on YouTube, of being a YouTuber, of having a small business and being like my own boss, like that's exciting, right? That's stinking awesome. And I want to do that. And so I'm not going to shy around it. If you guys want to join on YouTube, you can now do that. That is literally just supporting me. Some of you guys would get a shout out. You guys get access to different like perks and things like that. It's nothing crazy, right? It's just literally support for the channel and all of that. Don't do it. You know what I mean? Like if you can't do it, you want to support me, hit that like button, comment, let me know how you're doing, and then like subscribe. That's all you got to do. That's more than enough, honestly. So anyways, this is the end of the video, so I thought I could throw in some of that stuff too. We are now, I'm not fully monetized yet as far as like AdSense and stuff. That's still on the way. But yeah, guys, none of this would be possible without you guys watching it and without you guys being part of this journey. So thank you so much. But yes, Mega Evolutions, Mega Devolutions is correcting in price and getting exciting, getting eerily closer and closer, ooching to MSRP. I can't wait to see what happens. Let me know your thoughts down below. I'll see you for the next one. Peace.